never mind. Holy shit.
Holy shit. Wow.
Oh, dude, you gotta be kidding me. This is your old axle.
In case you're new around here, we're Eric and Marissa, and we just spent 5 weeks broken down on the side of a dirt road in southern Baja, Mexico. After finally becoming mobile again, our string of bad luck continues to follow us as we learn that the repair shop we trusted to rebuild our axle has actually screwed us.
Well, after that trip to Costco in Cabo, we spent a night in an Airbnb, which was super nice after being broken down for 36 days. And then we pressed on to Pescadero, where we are now, to meet up with some friends. And sure enough, after we were leaving dinner last night, I heard a ticking noise coming from the rear end, a clicking noise, if you will. So today we get to take a look underneath the truck. I'm gonna start with pulling the plug on the drain plug, that is, on the diff cover, see if there's any metal shavings on there, and start to figure out if we are in fact again. That's a bad sign there. That should be clean. Should not have all these metal chunks on it. Well, I guess we'll be pulling out some axle shafts today.
A little darkness coming, but nothing scary yet. Just go up and over maybe. Seems like so far so good.
Yet. Probably what I need to have you do then is just creep forward ever so slowly so that I can see all the teeth.
Okay.
Make sure that there's no chunks.
All right, so mechanic Matt says got to roll the truck forward a couple feet so that he can take a look at the gears, see if there's any really horrible stuff that he sees down there.
I'm not seeing any chunks missing.
That's a good start.
It is. Definitely is.
Best case scenario is we're just, you know, proactively changing that fluid
Right?
after 100 miles or whatever we did yesterday.
Yeah. This is the side that was not broken.
Correct.
And that all looks good.
And you were able to see the end of the axle shaft from where the diff was?
Well,
Just in terms of, yeah.
yeah. Splines look good. No shavings in the bearings. That's all what I was hoping to see.
Cool.
So one more potential wound spot to check and
Right. Hello.
see the critical part.
Yeah. Ooh.
I think that's potentially a problem. There's
Ooh, like a glove. Yeah, there's shavings on there too, as you rotate that.
So oh, never mind. Holy
Wow.
damn, I'm blind. That's
So
like
essentially the same thing's happening again, right? Because that's I mean, it broke off down here on the first go round. Now it's there.
so yeah. That's... Oh, dude, you gotta.
What?
This is your old axle. They f***ing welded it. I guarantee it.
No way.
I guarantee.
Oh yeah, you can see how out of round that is.
Right?
We should take my wire. You want to take the wire brush and
We can do that.
we can get all that off?
What I'd like
Mother
to find is a true spot to roll it. The good news is
Wait, we just paid
that we
them.
caught that now.
Right.
And we haven't destroyed the thing, but like, dude, you got
Yeah.
We just paid him $2,000 to weld something.
No, I mean he had to do a lot of other stuff,
there's
but
a lot of
that's not cool.
in a month. You should have been able to get a new axle shaft.
Yeah.
Do we order one from the States?
Well, we'll see. The Ram dealer in La Paz maybe can get you one.
Well, I'm glad that we caught it early enough and stopped when we did, because fucking that could have been fucking bad. And we could have been in the exact same position of a broken axle housing again. Would have definitely destroyed the rear diff if it all... Yeah, there's gonna be some bleeps in there. So it's been tough to want to pick up the camera and talk about what's going on with the truck the last couple days. So we spent all day yesterday figuring out how we were gonna get a brand new axle shaft. We ended up being able to order one from the Dodge dealership in La Paz. Our friends are there having some work done on their truck, so they're gonna actually be able to bring back our new axle shaft for us. The pricing was absolutely grotesque, but if we can have a brand new axle shaft in there and keep moving forward, we'll be a lot happier than leaving some bent up axle shaft in there or waiting around to have one shipped in from the US for less money. The new axle shaft should be here tomorrow, and our friends are gonna be dragging it home with them. We should be able to get it put back into the truck tomorrow night and figure out if that's our only current problem or if there are in fact more problems to be found. So if you'd watched our previous videos, you know that we were under the belief that we had some issues with our front end. In actuality, what we have going on is one of our body mounts is making some noise up there. So far less of a negative circumstance than we thought we were gonna have. I was thinking the U-joints up in the front or ball joints or something really horrendous. But a body mount, from what I've been told by my buddies, is not that big of a deal. If it's making some noise, we can try and tighten it up and see if that fixes it. If not, it's just something we can tolerate until we get back to the States. So that is one nice positive note in a mix of some negative stuff here. We finally got our new axle shaft here. Thankfully it was the right length. I was a little nervous because when I was looking online, I saw that there were a multitude of different length options for these, and even though we gave them the VIN number, I was worried that it might not be the right length, but the shaft is good. Yeah, that's the problem.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, you know, don't let me steal all your thunder here.
There is no thunder to be stolen. I'm just schlepping some people around.
I can't see. How did it go to sleep?
Oh yeah, the screen will shut itself off.
I was gonna say, you just have to put your fingers in between. I think you got it right there.
So it's test drive morning after putting in that axle shaft yesterday. We're gonna take this thing for a spin, so I'm packing up the house, making sure everything's ready to go. And fingers crossed, no clicking noise from the rear. So Matt just gave the truck a good quick listen. So far, no noises, but with the way our luck has gone with this project, that doesn't really necessarily mean anything. I still got the parking brake on. We still have an ABS sensor that we need to deal with too. Hopefully we'll be able to deal with that in La Paz. And as my truck just reminded me, there's that noise that comes from the front of the truck, which we have learned is actually a body mount. Maybe we'll play around with that today once we get to the beach, provided nothing breaks on the rear. On our way there. Here we go. So far so good on our test drive. I don't want to jinx anything, but no noises yet. 60 miles an hour, but you know, we've only gone like a mile and a half. The real test will be doing something similar to when we heard the noise the first time when we got here to Cerritos a week ago. We heard the clicking noise when we were going up a dirt hill to go to a restaurant. So we'll see if when we go up a dirt hill on the way to the beach right now, do we get any kind of clicking noise. It was like first gear and pretty steep grade. And of course, fully loaded with a big fat camper like we always are. And yeah, we'll see what we get. Man, my buddy Matt, who's been traveling with us with his family for like the last month and a half, he's got a Flare 22-foot Class A motorhome. The dude mobs these dirt roads way harder than I can with our truck camper. It's a testament to how crappy the center of gravity is on these truck campers compared to like an RV where the living quarters and the water are all set up right on the chassis height, rather than, in my case, on a flatbed, which makes it even more high than a pickup body. But man, that thing is just a beast. Two-wheel drive, probably 10 to 12,000 pound, just beast. Don't mind me, I'm just setting up a camera real quick. That'll work. So we are at Cerritos Beach. Our friends have been here for a while with their RV while we were sitting broken down next to a bar restaurant here in Cerritos. The beach is really pretty. It's got a nice fine black sand and it's super flat. So we're gonna go take a nice morning walk. So I've kind of felt this way about Baja the whole time we've been here, that it is essentially like Southern California would have been back in, say, like 1940. Not all built up yet, but it's coming fast. There's a ton of tourists down here in Cerritos. It's beautiful. I can see why there's a ton of them. It's not that expensive comparatively speaking to like California, but man, give it another 20 years. This place is gonna look exactly like Southern California. I could get used to doing this morning walk every day. It's extremely pleasant. The water is nice and cool. My wrist is looking nice and hot. It's getting hot out there. Weather.com warned us last night that it was gonna get hot today. They were right. It's definitely toasty. Hello. Oh, did you miss us? Did you miss us while we went for a walk? Seems like you missed us, huh? Oh yeah, he missed us. Someone missed us while we were gone. All right, well, after 2 failed attempts, voila. Still here in Cerritos, and Matt and I are taking apart our hub assembly